What's up, Bandheads? It's your boy J Law, and welcome to another episode of Bandhead Network News. I'm your boy J Law.
And I'm your boy AA Bashay.
Hey, we got J Law and Bashay in the building. Thank you guys for joining us. We're excited about bringing the news of what's happening in the HBCU world. And before we do that, how was your weekend, Alex?
Man, it was good. It was good. It was some ups, it was some downs. It definitely was full of that money. but you know,
Not the money.
The money.
So we had a few battles this weekend, and we're going to talk about four of them. But before we do that, we want to kind of jump into the HBCU news. So let me go. We're going to go here to HBCU Buzz,
Oh yeah.
and we're going to read a couple of stories so that we can see what's going on in our HBCU band world. So let me get this page to load here. Bam.
Talk about it.
How y'all doing out there? Let me get these comments on the screen so we can see what's going on. Nobody saying nothing yet. Okay. Oh, there
Come
they
on,
go.
guys. Make sure you like, comment, and share
Okay.
for your local bandhead news so we can make sure you
Elias
guys
say
hear.
spirit fingers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So let's jump into the news. And so we're just going to pick an article here and we're going to see what's going on. I didn't like that whole thing at Tennessee State. You heard about that?
I have.
You did?
I've heard such things.
Yeah. I've heard such things.
Yes, I've heard of such things.
Oh my goodness. Let's see what we want to talk about in the band world. I was looking for that Grambling and Ohio State post. Hold on, let me see. And if you want to find out what's going on in the HBCU world, you go here to HBCU Buzz. And you'll be able to pull up everything. Let's talk about Fort Valley. Joseph, I don't know what happened at Fort Valley. I saw people talking about it in Uncut. This was a very, very busy day for me. I left Dallas from the State Fair Classic.
Yes, you did.
And I drove all the way back to Houston with my friend's keys. And they couldn't get in their house when they got back home.
All day, every day.
So I had to get up and drive at 4 o'clock this morning back to Dallas because there was no other way to get their keys to them any faster.
Fill that gas tank up, sir.
Yeah. All right, let's
gas
jump
tank
into
up.
this story. Alum calls out Ohio State for shameful treatment of Grambling HBCU band. An Ohio State University alum is speaking out after what many are calling blatant disrespect towards the Grambling State University world-famed Tiger Marching Band. The incident, which took place during Grambling's halftime performance at Ohio Stadium, has sparked outrage across the HBCU community and raised questions about how predominantly white institutions host and honor visiting HBCU bands. That's always been an issue.
It has always been.
It's always been. Now, there are a lot of classy PWIs out there.
Are they classy?
All right, so I'm gonna tell you this.
Are they?
Rice University, they treated from what I've seen, I haven't had any issues with them.
When you make that much money, are you gonna really have issues with anybody? I feel like they're a little snobbish, but Rice University is cool.
So basically, during Saturday's game, Grambling's band was scheduled to perform, but according to alum Penny Miller, the university failed to give them the respect they deserved. In her widely discussed op-ed, Miller revealed that whenever Grambling prepared to play, the stadium blasted music over the sound system, effectively drowning out the band's performance. For those familiar with HBCU culture, the issue wasn't about the noise levels, it was about the tradition and respect. HBCU marching bands are a vital part of the Black college experience. Known for their showmanship, and community impact, the back and forth spirit of bands engaging with the crowd and each other is an art form deeply rooted in HBCU culture. Basically, they saying we battle. To stifle that presence, intentionally or not, sends a message that their contributions aren't valued. Now, I know Ohio State doesn't need to pay Gramblin's band to fill up that stadium, but some of these other schools do, and I really wish that when things happen, and that was and I want to give a shout out to Nathan Hamer because he bucked the system back. That's one thing that I saw about him. He bucked the system back whenever he was in a stadium and they made him feel uncomfortable. He would say it would be so funny. They would be playing, and then the little person with the headset come running up. No. And then they'll run up next to Nate, and then Nate will walk away, and then somebody will stand up and direct the song or something like that. So they don't know who to talk to.
Pretty nifty trick, Mr. Hamer.
But I think it's just blatantly disrespectful to do that. You invite the band there and then they invite the bands, they pay for the bands, and then when the bands get there, they show nothing but disrespect. I'm sorry, let me get this Cheeto off my screen over here.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you can only
goodbye, felon in chief. But it's just not fair, And are we thin-skinned with that? No, we're not thin-skinned, but we are looking at the fact that you brought us here just for us to sit up in these stands. Are you ashamed that we're going to take the crowd away from your band? What's your thoughts on that, Alex?
I'm 50-50 on the situation. Judging by the very well-spoken, thought-out letter concern. She wrote a letter. She wrote a letter. The thought-out concern that she wrote about the Ohio State band. Let's say this. So, yes, the band is a big portion of every college.
Okay.
Every higher institution.
Right.
Right? At the same time, when it comes to the PWI level and even on the SWAC level, the HBCU level, we're not just going to limit it to the SWAC, there are certain protocols that happen. So I want to take that whole thing that happened with Grambling, the world famed band, with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Because very well, yes, Ohio State band is very popular, but it does not mean they run the stadium.
Right.
And it does not mean that they're going to change that script. And regardless that they invited Grambling Band, what does the NCAA have to say about that? Because those are the people who sanction those scripts. They get those things ready and prepared for the entire football game.
True.
So it could have been. I'm not saying that it wasn't or was. I'm saying you have to also look at the other side of that coin. There could have been a point where they didn't know Grambling Band was coming, or they're like, well, they're coming, but they're going to have to take turns and play on Ohio's turn because we wasn't expecting that. That's something that you guys sanctioned. This had to be planned like way previous ahead of time. That's if that's the situation. So I'm kind of in the middle on both.
Right.
At the same time, when you do invite an HBCU out, you know what you're getting into. Then there's that side of the coin, right? You know what you're getting into.
Yeah. And when they invite and they knew Grambling's band was coming because they announced it.
Yeah. You knew what you were getting into.
So if they announced that, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. This was blatantly disrespect.
Yeah.
I will say I will tend to look at things on both sides of the tracks to try not to make it so more of a racial thing. But this by far does come off as like, we invited you out here, but you're just here for pure decoration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not even entertainment purposes.
In your red, gold, and black suit.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that Grambling could have saved money on that. They could have did something else with that cash.
Yeah.
From their band program. They could have went to the extra Mardi Gras parade. They could have did another event that they wanted to do. They could have went by and recruited more high schools. So a lot of other things, that money that they paid for buses or if they did drive to Ohio from
I don't
Grambling?
know.
Or did they fly?
Oh, I don't know if they flew or not.
Graham got that pay.
I don't know if they flew or not. Yeah. They the only school with their own exit and their own female band director and roads. And a stadium.
The only school with certified RN nursing shoes.
Yeah.
Can't beat that, man.
I like Grambling.
I do like Grambling. Grambling's awesome.
They're very entertaining. And Grambling know how to get the crowd. And we're gonna talk about that a little later.
Yeah, we'll be back on Grambling in just a little bit.
Yeah, but
let's move further down our list for today. What else
we're gonna move down our list right here. Hold on one second. Of course, Travis texts me now. Thanks a lot, Travis. But so next on our list here, we're going to talk about what happened this weekend. There are 4 battles that happened that I kind of want to talk about. All right. The first one on the list. The Human Jukebox versus the Sonic Boom of the South had a boombox battle on this past Friday.
Yeah. What boombox is this?
Huh?
What boombox is this? 93. I don't know.
Oh,
I know it's got to be in the 50s, right?
No.
No.
How
long is it?
Boombox officially didn't start to the mid to late 2000s.
Let's go ahead and double back down to the 80s. They've been playing each other. Like, this has been ongoing
Okay,
for
so you got the
longer
80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s.
Yeah, we got to be almost hitting 50.
2020s. So, yeah, we have 40-something years of boombox.
Yeah, how long Dr. Isaac Griggs was over the band?
Dr. Griggs was over the band since
40 years?
72.
Ooh, Jesus Christ.
72, 73.
So before Michael Jackson became white. Okay, got you.
Okay.
Big Nose Jack. Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Shout out to Show Style Talk. What up? I see y'all in the comments over there. They caught a flight.
They caught a definitely
yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Ohio need to refund that money, sir.
I think Ohio State paid for it.
I would still.
Yeah. I still want a refund. I want all my money. Give me my comeuppance.
Send me a gift basket. They could have had extra practice, worked on some more stuff out the book. I mean, this is literally just a waste of time.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, how many kids from Ohio are they actually going to get to go to Grambling? Like,
hopefully they were able to go on a little tour because
hopefully.
Over there around Ohio State, that's in that Cleveland and that you got Wilberforce up there.
You do.
Kentucky State is a few hours up the way, and then you got the whole Detroit area. If Grambling gets some dogs from Detroit, that can really change them because them kids out there, they love band. They remind me of what band was like when I was in middle school. They love that. They love that. But yeah.
Now, a Boombox Classic, yeah.
Boombox Classic.
20 years, huh? 20 years of Boombox?
Yeah.
Boomboxity?
We got to stay off these tangents, bro. You
Man.
gotta reel me in. I just be going off sometimes.
You know, I'm going to let me go first because...
Yeah, I'm going to let you go first.
The home team is played, so I want you to go second.
Go ahead.
Let's see, Boombox Classic, whatever number it is, I'm pretty sure it's past 15 at this point. Boombox Classic, it was interesting. Very interesting. I want to say the most interesting thing about the Boombox Classic were the comments after the classic. It was a typical Boombox Classic, you know, a give and take, a push and pull between an unstoppable force and an immovable object.
Yep.
Jackson State versus, you know, the Human Jukebox, the Sonic Boom versus Human Jukebox. It's been going on for as long as we all can remember.
As long as we can remember.
If I had to give a clear winner, honestly, I got to give it to Southern. I do like Jackson State. That does not mean that they move out their position, but by all means, you know, they were very close, neck and neck, and I had to go off of song selection, some other things that played a big part in that. We don't have time to dig in that, but we will dig in that. We're hanging with the band heads. But as far as our news is concerned, yeah, I think the Jackson State just came out a tad bit short. Kudos to the arrangers, though. I want to give a big shout out, big kudos to Travis, maker of the Mississippi. The Mob,
Travis.
Over Mob and Memphis, if y'all didn't know. He runs both of those. Great job, my brother. I'm glad you made it to the next level. We're so proud of you. The entire Uncut is so proud of you. The entire state of Mississippi, the entire Mass Band League is so proud of you, my brother. Kenneth Collins as well. Big shout out, my brother. Everybody's proud of you, especially coming from Humming New Orleans. Really did. So there we go. So we're going to give a shout out. Jerome's going to tell us what his synopsis was of both.
I agree with Alex in it. I don't think there was a landslide in either way. I do believe that there was an edge out for Southern on it. Y'all gonna say I'm biased? I don't care. But it is what it is. When you listen to them and you listen to it, let's just take the folded arrangement.
Okay.
Did you watch that? Okay.
I did.
We talked about that Jackson folded last year.
It folded.
Last week. The song just came out a month ago. It was last year. We got all the new stuff.
Somebody listens to Apple Music.
But we talked about that folded from Jackson a little bit at the beginning of our episode, and I felt like I needed so much more from them from that. Like that intro alone with those strings coming in with all of that. I needed more of that kind of energy.
Yeah.
I needed the arrangement to have more body to it.
Yeah.
More body to it. Some downsides that I saw from Southern, there were times that the kids didn't give all of the energy that they should have. Did they play the music? Yeah. But did they sing through the horn while playing the music? No, they didn't. And I'm talking about on a few. I'm talking about on a few. I gotta learn to ignore the comments. What's up, Eli? I have to think. What were they thinking? Because when I marched, what we wanted to do was kill everything in front of us. We warming up, okay, we cranking. Dr. Greggs pulled out Barry White, my first, my last, my everything. I'm about to tell my age. All of y'all know how old I am anyway. But if you go and Google SU Band, my first, my last, my everything, and 96 is the only year that it has it recorded, my crab year, you're going to see us crank the hell out of that song. But everybody hated that song. Everybody hated that song. We got tired of playing It Ain't Over Till It's Over. But guess what? Them baritones was going to rule all day on that song.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What's crink?
Huh?
What's crink? I think the viewers want to know, what is crink? I know what crank is.
Crank.
I know what crank. You said crink.
Oh.
Like crinkle some paper? Like
crinkle?
That's what you said?
Like the shirt
Chris
I got on? No, my bad. Look, y'all, no matter how many times you get on live, you still get a little nervous.
It happens. It happens.
What's up, Brittany? Miss Randolph is in the building.
Goodbye, Brittany. Goodbye, Brittany.
No matter how many times you go live, you're still nervous because you're doing something live and you're trying to work. And no, that's too much talking.
So, Law, with the standings that go on between Jackson State and Southern, do you think they shift positions? How do you feel about their standings between both bands? Do you still feel number 1 and 2? Or has number 2 comprised over number 1? Have they clinched the number 1 seed right now, or what's going on?
I don't think they have.
Okay.
I think the number 1 seed is still hasn't been established in the SWAC.
Okay. Right.
I don't think any rankings can be really established because I want to see some more field shows. I want to see some creativities. I'm tired of step 2s. I need y'all to buy that software. It ain't that expensive. And put some drills that the same, talking about Ohio State, the same type of drills that they put on. You know, I need some creativity.
So by far, who do you, if you had to name something, like who you think, we're not going to rank them, but right now, who's trending and leading right now?
Trending and leading? Mm-hmm. Man, it's like a 4-way run right now. And Southern has to take a half step down because of, even though I think they did better than Alabama State and there was more color to their arrangements and all of that, I think that Alabama State, Texas Southern, Jackson State, and Southern are in the top 4 right now.
Really? Alabama State?
I do. No.
You mean A&M?
No.
Okay.
No. And I think Alcorn deserves the right to jump in at least the top 5.
Captain Corn?
I love Alcorn.
Over
and I
Valley?
love me some Golden Girls.
Over
the law love the Golden Girls.
Well, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Look, I ain't gonna hate on Alcorn like that.
Yeah, that Poware software. Yeah, when I was the president of the Alumni Association at Southern, we got the board to vote for them to use it. They've been using it a little bit with some of their designs that you guys see them putting on there. I just want to see like the creativity level go to the next step because that's what we were known for in the HBCU band world.
Yeah.
We were known for bringing creativity and doing things. And now some of the other bands are catching up. They're starting to play some of the same music that we play. And they're starting to entertain their crowd. We have to keep the edge so that we can stay, popular in no matter what we're doing. Yeah. The Golden Girls, that's so much life in the Golden Girls. Oh, life.
Yeah, because they do have an 8-to-5 modulation for the Poware software.
Okay.
For those, they can go to Southwest You can do that specifically for all my band director friends out there. Also, if you're near Texas, the great state in the world, the greatest state, the Lone Star State, then you can come down here to San Antonio, where we have TMEA, which is Texas Music Educators Association. It is the convention. Usually happens somewhere around the Valentine's Day weekend or after the weekend. All band directors around the country come, and they have different things for every sort of wind ensemble, marching band, mariachi, jazz band, concert band. There's some magnificent, fantastic bands that perform there. You can also get some of that Poware software that you're looking for at least 70% off instead of paying for your school. So remember, that is Texas Music Educators in San Antonio, Texas.
TMEA.
Yeah, we'll put the link in there for you later.
Yeah, he'll post the link later. I don't know nothing about no links. Before we talk about the next battle, which was the Marching Storm versus the World Fame at the State Fair Classic in Dallas, Texas. I was there this weekend. I really enjoyed myself. The only problem, there was like we were overrun with crickets. They were everywhere, bro. They were I'm talking about flying. You turn around, you had 2 or 3 of them on your back.
There's some big crickets.
Yeah, there was some big crickets. They was like that.
Crickets,
where the camera at? Yeah, it was like that
That's
big.
some fishing crickets.
Yeah, fishing crickets. Tell, I don't care. But I want to talk about how I look at a battle when I judge a battle. I don't give like a point system.
Yeah.
I don't do A, B, C, D, none of that stuff. I'm not doing no percentages. What I'm saying is who won the round. Now, who won the round basically tells me which song was executed the best and which song stays in my head out of that round. That's who won the round. So when I'm thinking about it executed the best, I want good attacks. I want good releases. I want a good ending. I want a clean arrangement that's not muddy, in there where you like, what the heck is going on? And so I use that. I use that to basically judge bands. Even when I was a part of Show Style Talk, I did the same thing. That's how I listen. And when y'all heard me talk, I kind of explained it like that. Yeah, but I heard this, and this. And I want you band directors to understand that when we are reviewing or doing all that other kind of all those other things, what we're doing is we see a car that's running, and we want that car to be a fine-tuned machine. Now, please don't take offense to any comments or anything made by creators unless your words are harming and damaging. You calling people trash and all that other kind of stuff. And I'll take a step back. Last year at the State Fair Classic, I may have been a little harsh on Prairie View and Grambling, but I apologize to both programs. So with that being said, talking about that battle, I gave Grambling the win 4-2.
And boom, goes the dynamite. There we go. Okay. Okay. Grambling versus Prairie View. Look, man, go ahead, Law. I'm at a loss for words.
So basically, even though Grambling's arrangements didn't blow me away, they executed. Some things were a little draggy at times. And if you go watch the live stream, and I'll be putting the 5th quarter up probably tonight. I know I'm slow with the clips, but y'all forgive me. But if you go listen to my commentary, almost every round when Grambling played a song that was slightly decent, I would always say, Prairie View, this is your round to lose. And I saw people in the comments, they was like, what were you talking about? But basically by me saying this is your round to lose, all you got to do is execute and then give me something with some energy and we good. But, there were times that the Prairie View was coming back in and then I was like, what are y'all playing? And then I figure out what they're playing. And then I'm like, okay, but it's a little too busy. It's too much going on. Y'all percussion, pull them back a little bit, arrangers. Don't let them put everything they want in those arrangements. But again, I got Grambling's 4, Prairie View 2 out of 6 rounds. How do you feel about it, Alex?
I got Grambling 5, Prairie View 1.
Yeah. I gave Prairie View the last round. That was a bonus. I don't give too many away. But I think Grambling probably should have got that round, but I gave it to Prairie View.
My synopsis of the battle altogether, Grambling moved up 2 rankings for me.
Okay.
Dr. Law explained how he judges the bands. I take the bands by round, and then by field show, and then we tally up the points from there. So let's say if y'all did 6 rounds of fifth quarter or whatsoever, 0 quarter, and then the field shows, of course, you deduct points from that. You get whether you won the field show round or not. Then I added up between all the other bands. Of course, like basketball, you're 0-15, 0 and such. Persons with the highest score record would be moving up. Grambling definitely moved up. Yeah. Their execution was definitely a lot better. Fundamentally, it was just sound. It was just sound. The arrangements, of course, could all be worked on, but when you're in a collegiate band, you never know the system or the amount of horses that you're going to get.
Right.
So sometimes we are a bit harsh with the things that we say about these programs, not knowing the situation. Maybe Grambling has an influx of freshmen that are not so skilled at the moment. Maybe they're coming kind of new and they're trying to get used to the system and playing at this high risk level playing, trying to get used to that. And is it Dr. Roebuck? Is that her name?
Yeah, Dr. Roebuck.
Maybe Dr. Roebuck doesn't want to risk having that bad sound. So she'd rather be clean and safe and comfortable than to take those high risks at the moment, which worked out.
Right.
In the favor of them. Now, going to Prairie View. Now, Prairie View didn't do as bad, but at the same time, the one thing I have to say for Prairie View at this point, it will be 2 things. I'm sorry, let me reiterate that. The first thing would be we have to work on being more musically disciplined, right? Playing the music as is and playing it with control, right? Playing it with emotion. It's a lot of Supermaning going on in the band program at that particular time. So a lot of people just doing whatever, coming in whatever, not breathing, attacking at the same time. Fundamentals, right? Fundamentals at the same time. Then we have to look at our arrangers for the Prairie View staff. Young gentlemen and young men that are arranging for the Marching Storm.
Young lady as well.
Yeah, I think it's a young lady, if my research is correct. Please do not convolute or congest your arrangements with so much things. Sometimes less is more. Less is more. All my band directors and my mentors taught me less is more. I can make a whole arrangement sound so full with so little on the paper. Everybody has just perspective parts they need to hold down and play. There's been plenty of historic moments and footage that show older bands that play simplistic arrangements. I'll give you one. Under Pressure, Southern and Jackson State. The paper is really simple, but when you hear it all together, it sounds magnificent. Okay. Right? Very simple. Skin I'm In, extremely simple. If you've ever seen the music to that. Texas Southern and including Southern. Southern is extremely simple, and yet it works. It works. Sometimes I feel like because we're in this era of everything has to be so eccentric, so in your face, so much of a wow factor as arrangers that we forget that we have human beings playing these parts, not the computer.
I agree.
And I think that hurts a lot of our arrangers, which hurts your program overall. So, Prairie View, keep going. You're making strides going up the hill.
Yeah.
But at the current moment,
I got the hill. Right, I saw what you did.
There we go.
Okay.
But at the current moment, I think you should take a couple of steps back and focus on being musically disciplined and focus on those fundamentals. Going back to that nice symphonic sound that Prairie View had, that in your face, that dark swallowing. I mean, talking about just. Man,
just dark and full.
Yeah. I like that.
It envelops you.
I like that.
Yeah. That's the PV that I remember.
Yeah, and Drumline, stop doing so much.
Yeah, Drumline.
That's all I got for you.
Them Jumanji beats be killing me, bro.
That boogity music.
Yeah, but I mean, I know drummers that's gonna probably get bad.
No, y'all good. They good. They can chop. They as a section they are monsters. But as the band, we have to find something different for Prairie View to do.
Yeah, and I did notice that Prairie View seemed a little smaller. I don't want to speculate on that. They were still able to work with it. The only thing I can think of is that at the Labor Day Classic, that was like a week after school started. So, I mean, at that point, everybody's paperwork still ain't in, but they can march. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's the case with Prairie View. That's just what I recall from being in the band at Southern. The first week or so, people are still in the band room, but after a while, you start to see numbers drop down.
What I heard is Dr. Zachary don't play about school. So if you wasn't doing your job, you wasn't going.
Well, shout out to Dr. Zachary for having standards.
Yeah, he definitely has some great standards for that program.
For having standards for his students and not just wanting to fill the coffers with bodies just so that you can have a good band program, but you want to graduate students and turn them into functioning adults that contribute back to society. Shout out to you, Dr. Zachary. I'm sounding old as heck right now.
Lenny, that is correct. I know people are not going to like that comment.
What's that?
You put. Lenny put in the comments over there, he said that Langston is now what PV used to sound. And I'm like, yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
That is correct. I've said that in the comments. People got upset at me. I'm like, well, Langston sounds like OPV. I mean, Mark Gordon is there, and he is a Prairie View product. He was my high school band director, so I can see where the similarities are. But being honest, he straight took what Prophet Edwards is doing. But I'm saying, as far as what Dr. Zachary was doing when he first came, Prairie View had a really aggressive touch about 3 years ago, and I don't know what happened. Was it because Brown left and he went to the Mandarin, or I don't know. But I do know they have some spectacular arrangements over there. They just have to get their feet wet and get the right placement for the band and find that good niche. They probably need to work on different kind of phrasing for that particular band. But
yeah, but speaking of phrasing, and I the reason we moved off the boombox so fast because we're not going to stay on these topics that long.
Oh, no.
It's not an all day thing here, y'all. But I want to say this, and that was my main issue. Again, if you go back and check out the live stream or the fifth quarter once I post it, you'll see Prairie View had their attacks and I need more masculine releases when it comes to cutting off, and I need everybody to cut off together. Yeah. You guys had good sound during the song at times, but it just seems like like Alex said, it was some chiefs in there that just wanted to do their own thing and just stick out a little bit longer or something like that. Yeah. And usually Phil is the one, but he wasn't there. And because Phil he'll hang over for about a
good job, Trumpers. Though I will say that you got Prairie Trumpers are coming up. Just get a little bit tighter with playing together.
Yeah. All right. So on to the next battle, which is
Cookman
Alabama A&M
and Gateway, baby,
versus Bethune-Cookman University, BCU.
BCG. There we go.
I was a little. Did you watch that?
I did.
You did? Okay. I was a little conflicted because.
Were you?
Yeah, because this is the thing. Cookman played their they played three staples. What? Let Go. I Can't Stand the Rain. Whatever that Missy Elliott song is, and I forgot what the other song was that they played.
Wasn't Laylo, was it?
Laylo, I think.
I know they probably played it sometime during the game.
They played the Jeezy song.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Jeezy.
They executed the song. Sounded phenomenal.
Of course.
And I don't like to do this because I really want a band to be able to play a song and then the song sound good and clean and the band had a good representation of being a great ensemble. That's what I want. Okay. What I don't want is
just say what it is, Law. Just say what it
is. I need them to play something different.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Mm-hmm. I just need y'all to play something different. But one thing about Donovan Wells, he's gonna do what he wants to do. And that school, that band sounds phenomenal.
You know I'm finna chop them up, right?
Phenomenal. I'm trying to build this. I'm trying to build this compliment sandwich up. And Alex is bringing liverwurst over here.
Yeah, I am. Hog cheese.
Overall, I gave Alabama A&M. I gave it 2-1. Cookman did get around. Which round did I give Cookman here? I gave Cookman
the first round.
The first round, yep. Okay. Alabama A&M got the second round, and on the third round, I gave it to A&M, and then I said, Cookman, we need to do something different.
Yeah.
They got a lot of songs. Like, they've played ballads. They've played new songs. Play some of those songs that you have in your book and deviate from your fifth quarter normal. All right. I love the Wildcats. Donovan Wells is a light-skinned brother, so Alex, you can have.
All right, so I rated this whole battle A&M 3-0. Sweep game. Straight sweep. Dr. Warren, right?
Mario Warren.
Mario Warren. Magnificent job, my brother. Magnificent.
No, he's the arranger. He's the arranger.
Yeah. Magnificent job. A&M sounds completely different from what I'm used to, and they didn't sound bad back then either. Mm-hmm. You know, they just never had the spark. You put the spark in that band. As much as I love Bethune-Cookman's perseverance and their consistency, let me say this.
Boom, boom, boom.
Play some different music.
Boom, boom, boom.
Bethune, let me look. Bethune, you have a whole bench of superstars.
Phenomenal player, musician.
Of superstar arrangers. Let me give you one that you should be using right now.
You're going to say Kendrick Redding.
I am going to say Kendrick Redding. You god dang right I'm going to say Kendrick Redding. All right? I'm going to say it.
Okay.
This man is like LeBron going to Miami that year for the championship. How are you not using LeBron?
Oh, my goodness.
Why? Do y'all not want a ring? I mean, I understand. It's cool. Have y'all seen Dollar Watson? How many times he made fun of y'all do Ice Cream Man? It is a whole segment. Oh, y'all playing Mr. Ice Cream Man. The whole segment. Like, bro, everybody knows your book before they get to the game. Okay. Switch it up. And I'm not talking about one song. And don't get me wrong, Donovan Wells is a mastermind and a genius when it comes to sound. When it comes to band, he is a genius. Okay? Dare I say, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna say he's Tony Dungy. I'm not gonna say he's Bill Belichick.
Tony Dungy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's Tony Dungy. All right, I'm gonna say Greg's is Belichick.
Slightly light skin.
That's what I'm gonna say. But still, you gotta switch it up, my brother. Dr. Wells, you are a magnificent man when it comes to music. But you have so many other prospects, and I know the fear of you building something on your own. This monster you created, and then you're scared. Or no, I'm not gonna say scared because that's one thing I'll say he never is.
No,
and you're nervous about letting a new breed, a new blood, anxious perhaps, to let somebody else new come in and make those changes. At the current moment, though, you're getting swept easily because you won't just switch it up. Like even if you went to and I understand you may not like doing the whole fifth quarter thing. Mm-hmm. Even if you did play 3 songs, at least play 3 new ones. I know those people at Bethune-Cookman can read. I've heard the concert band, monstrous. So, but at the same time, I had to give them a sweep. I had to give A&M a sweep on Bethune-Cookman. Let me explain why. If Texas Southern, let's name 3 Texas Southern songs. We're gonna say
5.
I ain't gonna name 5. I'm gonna just say 3. I'm gonna say See You in My Nightmares, Say You Will. Just for fun, right? That's Lil Uzi Vert. Those 3. If Texas Southern played those 3 every single year, no, and what's Dr. Paula's one?
I don't know.
Whatever the recurring baritone part is. If they played those 4 songs all season and never played anything else, why would it not be clean? If they did it for 8 years in a row, it's gonna be monstrously clean. I can't give you any credit playing the exact same thing over and over again. This is why I keep referring to you as the Gateway Band. This is why I keep referring to you as that. I need to see more. And again, it's not to disrespect the program, because again, the program is still monstrous. Mm-hmm. But again, you're losing because of your lack of wanting to evolve. And sooner or later, you're not going to be able to evolve. You got to just stay right here in your little box.
Yeah, I think he has a great feeder system.
Yes,
with a lot of his alumni, and they are feeding that program because Cookman is still a monster of a band. They are still huge. But enough of Cookman. Y'all saw how Abache got serious.
Look, man.
Hey, let me set these down, man.
I'm sorry.
I can't see nothing without them, so let me put them back on.
I'm sorry.
All right, so my last battle, Alcorn versus the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff.
The ugly, never mind.
All right, I'm going to go round by round, and then after that, I'm going to play my, well, I won't introduce it yet. I'm going to go round by round. Round 1, I gave it to Alcorn.
Okay.
Both bands had a great opening. Alcorn was cleaner.
That's crazy in yourself to say that.
When what you say?
That's crazy work, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy to say that, yo.
Okay, and like I said, when both bands play something that I like, I listen to the execution, and whoever had the fewest mistakes, they got the round. I don't care about no points. You just got the round. Okay. All righty. Round 2, Alcorn. They played the song of the week for me at Bandhead Network. And I'm going to play that song after I finish talking. Now, I'm going to let Alex talk, and then I'm going to play that song. And I gave round 2 to Alcorn. Round 3, Alcorn's trombones and the trumpets were the star of that song. UAPB, This World Were Mine. I love the trombones, but the trumpets and the B tones their attacks and releases were horrible. I kept hearing the puh in the note. I kept hearing that, and the purr. It was like a PR almost sound that I was getting from the notes, and you could tell they were a little winded because even on the first song, they were a little gassed with what was coming out of the horn. I don't know if they were trying to crank the whole time and they chops wasn't there, but I gave round 3 to Alcorn. Okay, round 4, Alcorn versus UAPB. I gave that to Alcorn as well. UAPB, your attacks and releases were killing you the entire battle. Battle. Your attacks and releases were all over everywhere. Of course. And of course, round 5, Alcorn. They played Mary Jane. UAPB played Mary Jane, and when you got the beginning, good energy, and then in the middle, close to the bridge, it was just all kind of mess ups. And I was and my wife and I was just sitting there watching the video because I was reviewing it before this show today, and then we both did the Scooby Doo, and I was like, what was going on? I was like, did you hear that? She said, yeah, I heard that. And I was like, man, I really wanted Pine Bluff to get around.
The world heard that, Craig.
That was a clean sweep by Alcorn. All right, Alex, come on, let me hear it.
Let me just tell you this right now. I'm gonna leave my glasses on for this because this doesn't really disturb me.
You keep them on?
It was hard watching
the
battle.
yo.
It was hard. I fell asleep at least twice.
What?
At least twice. I try. I'm not even kidding you, man. This is like watching the Texans and the Bengals play each other. This was boring.
No.
This battle was boring and
I think it was
horrible.
like the Texans and the Eagles played.
Man, whatever.
Not the Eagles. Let's dial it back a little bit.
The Eagles better than the Bengals.
Texans and Seattle.
The Bears, man. It's the Bears and the Texans playing. That's what it was. I was like, bruh, what is going on both sides of this field?
No.
Yes, I have to say Alcorn got a clean sweep. Yes, they
did.
But they still were dirty.
They were the better band.
They were the better band out of. See, we can't use that word anymore.
Out of what?
You said we can't say that word anymore.
What?
Okay.
Basura.
Oh,
basura.
Yeah, basura.
Hey, you didn't say it. But you said
most of them don't speak Spanish.
We're bilingual.
We don't speak Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just saying like, okay, one, let me clarify.
Okay.
Yes, Alcorn had a clean sweep against UAPB. Okay,
I know where you're going.
Happened.
You cold, bro. That's crazy.
Who can't sweep? Who can't sweep UAPB? Pine Bluff people, let me tell you something right now. Okay, now the glass coming off. So let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something right now. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
What are the glasses doing?
Let me go by names. Elias, Ivan, Lance, K Black. Who else is from Pine Bluff that I know clearly? Goku
Riggins.
On baritone.
Donovan Riggins.
Charcoal ? Black man.
Hey, don't do my guy like that.
Donovan Riggins, whose son is actually really talented at arranging.
Yep.
Look, man, I love John Graham to death. He did what he had to do. Okay? It's time for him to go.
That's one thing that we cannot say.
Let me explain.
Okay.
I'm not saying he needs to lose his job.
Okay.
I am not saying that. Let me reiterate.
Okay.
I am not saying, let me regurgitate this again. Okay. I am not saying that John Graham needs to lose his job at University of Arkansas and Pine Bluff. Okay. What I am saying is he needs to be department chair, he needs to teach other classes, and it needs to be a new band director.
Yeah.
He does not need to lose his job, however. He is still a great educator and has made thousands of great musicians. But by the love of Zeus's beard, if y'all don't get Snoop or Burger or somebody or Mike Cowens, somebody that went to Pine Bluff or with some monster talent in there to revitalize this band, you're going to cease to exist. You may not like the truth, but when you let Alcorn stick their foot so far up your butt like it was a piece of coal that when we dig it out as a diamond, then we have an issue. We have an issue. Don't like, I'm just saying, like, I love Graham. Graham is awesome. Met him plenty of times. The man is wonderful. Great human being. Great musician. Great band director. But guys, sometimes know when to let it go.
Yeah, I can see that. I remember hearing rumors of Nah, I'm not gonna say that. But just so y'all know, Bache is very opinionated when it comes to these bands. Bache, remember that Bandhead Network has to get media credentials for some of these schools. So we just want to be real careful with what we're saying.
We love
to the people.
Look, we love
all of that
all
stuff.
the people.
Jerome Dante Law from Houston, Texas.
Don't need to know your government. let me. Okay, hold on. Let me say this, guys. When you bring your band outside, okay, this is what the beloved, God rest his soul, Ronald Bernard Thornton of the mighty Willow Ridge Eagle Band. Anybody and everybody knows 3 bands in the entire United States: St. Aug, Southwest DeKalb, Willow Ridge High School.
Okay.
Those 3 will forever be in the hearts of everybody.
Right.
Unstoppable groups. There have been other groups that have popped up, but those 3 elite bands have been around. Mr. Ronald Bernard Thornton, one of those 3, and Hemp, used to tell me, right, when you put your band out there, you subject it to all types of opinions.
Okay.
So you have to understand, when you put your group out there, even when I put my own out there, you have to look through this stuff and you have to find the good, the bad, and the ugly, take it, go back to the drawing board and fix whatever you think needs to be fixed. Everything can't be that you know every single thing. Okay. It cannot be that. So when you put your bands out here and they're on GTV, and they're on Bandhead Network, they're on Showtime Web, they're on Killer Kevs, you are subjected to be like judged. Right. It's gonna happen. It happens in basketball, it happens in football, it happens in hockey, soccer. You may not like what Stephen A says.
Right.
But at the same time, the people need to know what's going on. And again, like I said, Graham does not need to leave the university because he needs to guide those new people there. He needs to be department chair to round that program off. But the program itself needs to be in a whole different spot. That's just our job as journalists. That's band journalists. That's our job. You can't be mad at us for doing our job.
Right.
Right? I mean, would you be upset if we never reported anything and we just left you guys to your own devices? Mm-hmm. We would still be speculating. We're trying to give this a more professional look for you guys. Anyway, clean sweep. Good job, Alcorn. Drew?
Yeah, that was a nice last one. So with that being said, I want to introduce something. My clip of the week. This is my clip of the week, and I want us we're gonna have a good time. I know a lot, Eli, but still, I kind of keep it to myself. But I heard this song and I was just bopping my head to it.
It better sound good, because if it don't.
And then I saw my wife. She was over there, dancing a little bit. I said, that's a bop, huh? She said, yeah. I text the drum instructor. I said, who wrote that song? Dr. Everson Martin wrote that song. Dr. Martin. Cheers to you on this one, brother. Y'all, let's enjoy this.
Let's enjoy it. Sensitivity, man, with sensitivity.
Yeah, Rap Trance, man.
say what it is, man. Just say what it is. Good job, Dr. Martin. I really say he knows what his band can and can't do.
Yeah.
That was a very good arrangement. I'm pretty sure they could play it 10 times over and it sound exactly the same.
Yeah, and look, this is what y'all don't understand. Y'all want these bands to play all this rap and trap and all that stuff when 75% of the people that are in the stands that are paying for tickets are over the age of 30.
That's true.
If you look in the stands, you see little kids and you see adults in all of these games. And the band, your job is to entertain the crowd. And with this song, Alcorn left me entertained. I had to reach out to the staff and said, who wrote that song?
Good pick, Law. Awesome pick.
I like that song.
Awesome pick.
That's a bop right there. That's
sweet material right there.
Clean sweep by Alcorn on the fifth one.
That's sweet material. Y'all wait till we get these sound effects. Y'all gonna be upset.
Oh my God.
Y'all gonna be upset.
Tiger uppercut.
Perfect. It's coming. It's coming.
It's like we Beavis and Butthead in this place, bro. But,
so, are we ready to move to our next segment?
Let's move to our next segment.
All right. I'm going to introduce the next segment. It's for Law and both of us, but he's going to expand on it more. Why are bands focusing more on? Why are they focusing more on the game, like on the game more? So why aren't they focusing on the game more? Why are they just focusing on clearly just stand battle between two perceiving teams, perceiving programs, instead of focusing on being what they are, which is a spirit organization. Right. We see that element leaving very slowly away from our programs. So we go from supporting the entire event to just a personal battle across the field. When you have touchdowns, first downs, fumbles, injuries, all that stuff needs to be capitalized on like it used to be. I'm not saying that we can't evolve from that, but I am saying it's starting to lose its touch. So Law's going to expand more on that today.
So, what made me come up with this? I was at the game this weekend, and again, whatever we give, I know. My wife says I have a horrible thing of trying to explain the situation before I give the bad news or whatever. I'm pretty good at that. I'm gonna stop doing it. Ren and Stimpy. Oh, you idiot! I don't want to be Stimpy.
Stop
but
it.
I was at the game, and Grambling was down by I think 8 points or something like that, and the defense was pushing Prairie View back. They pushed. They was like on the 50, and they got Prairie View deep into their own territory. They were like in the 30s, in their range. So they was like I think it was like second and first it was like second and 12, and then it was like third and 14, and the defense was pushing back. They were only down by 8 points, and the band was just sitting there. And I was like, all right, I understand we have SWAC rules. I understand we have college rules, but they don't say you can't stand up and chant. They don't say you can't stand up and do the defense chant or do anything like that. And that extremely frustrates me because we're a spirit organization. Even though at HBCUs, the band is the flagship of every HBCU that has one. And when you say Southern University, you think Human Jukebox. We've said this already before many times on the show. But I need you, band, to not sit in the stands, and I want you, band, to be more focused on the line of scrimmage, band. I need that from you. I need you to be in the game. I don't want to have to depend on a DJ, Southern. I don't want to have to depend on a DJ, Prairie View. I don't want to have to depend on the DJ. And I'm not trying to say anything bad about those programs. I'm just saying what I have noticed in the game. Okay? And I talk to alumni. I bring my friends that went to the school. They didn't have nothing to do with the band, but they remember what the band was like when I was in the band, and a few years after me, back in my day, looking at. And they say, well, why was they just sitting there the whole time? and I can't defend it. I want to defend it because I believe blue and gold, and I don't want nothing bad said about my university or anything like that. But sometimes you have to admit, and again, I know that there are rules. There are rules out there where the band can't play, but the rule is when the quarterback's on under the center, the band can't play. You got to learn when to cut off. Or let's just say you're in the middle of the game and the game is heated, but you can't play. But what can the band stand up and do? Defense.
Sure can.
Defense, and get the crowd into the game. The football players get the crowd into the game. The football players see that the crowd is into the game, and they're going to put that extra oomph on it. Who cares if the football? We had one bad season when I was in the band for the football team. Dr. Greggs made us stand up every down on defense, 1 through 3. And then sometimes if the punt was really detrimental, we had to say block that kick. And what y'all don't know what y'all doing, you are training your band to have big lungs when they doing all that cheering. No matter how hoarse you are, you can still play your horn. Right?
That's true.
You can still play your horn.
You can.
You can still play your horn. So I think that band should focus on the line of scrimmage more. I think that band should look and pay attention to what's going on. Now, I remember when Kedrick Taylor in 2018 and 2019, it seemed like he was in sync with the coach, and they were together. But right now, I don't see that. And I want you, and that's all I have to say about that. Stand up and support the football team. You're not there just for halftime and just for a fifth quarter and a zero quarter. You're there to entertain that crowd, because God knows swag football is not all that. And your job is to keep...
Did you really? You talk about me. You just shot down 4 schools and a whole conference.
Hey, but I mean, sometimes stuff needs to be said, to be honest with you. You know? And I love my school. I love it. When we win, my finger's going to be up for the alma mater. When we lose, my finger's going to be up for the alma mater. I'm going to donate every year. I'm a lifetime member of the Alumni Association, all that stuff. But I need excellence from our programs. That is a secret breathing technique, to be honest with you, to cheer the entire game. Fill your lungs. Your lungs are getting nothing but exercise. All you do is training that muscle. And then when it's time to play, your lungs are full of good warm air because you got that blood flowing just right in your lungs.
Them secret breathing techniques.
Yeah.
Good Lord have mercy. It's probably called having a book. Having a book. Some of the spec ain't got that right now.
Yeah, they don't have that. Alex, you want to expound on that a little bit?
Oh, Bethune-Cookman only playing the greatest hits.
Bro,
oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You talking about the game. So yeah, man. So back to what Senator Law was saying. You need to expand. It's just jokes, y'all. We need to expand on the game more. We are spirit organizations, right? Written down on paper, that's what we are. That's what we're coming to do. We're there to cheer on the team. We're there to boost the crowd. We're there to shake butts in the seats, so forth, or so have you, right? That is our job, right? I want to say bring back fanfares. Bring back fanfares.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a little bit that gives you time in between that. You know what I mean? I understand the drummer's going to get theirs in either way it goes. That's
right.
with every HBCU or PWI.
Right.
The drummer's going to get theirs regardless. But bring back fanfares. Bring back band songs that people had to sing.
Right.
Like Best Band in the Land. Glad to see you again. I haven't seen you since I... Bring that stuff back. That stuff brought memories to those little bitty kids' hearts.
Come on, Pitch. I haven't seen you.
I don't know when. Sing my song, right, boy? Sing my song. But, you know, bring that back. Those little kids look forward to that. They memorize that.
Right.
Right? Prairie View used to have a thing in the early 2000s. Their tubas used to play a Sweet Dreams fanfare, right?
Yeah.
And the whole band would sing with them. Right? And it had a whole melody. It was awesome. Or when a band messed up, they will play a descending line. They will go whole step, half step, whole step. Yeah. And they say, hell no at the very end. Right?
Yeah, y'all good for that.
It's things to remember by. Those things that make those bands memorable.
Right.
I feel like we're getting further and further away from that, and we're too deep into battle mode.
Yeah.
And we're forgetting that we are spirit organizations, and our goal is to boost the morale of our prospective campus. Now, if we can't do that, some people lose their jobs in other situations,
Right.
in other
Coaches.
yeah, coaches, like definitely. Like, you know what I mean? Cheerleaders, you'll lose your job. You're there to support the school. Let's not forget that. Directors low and high, right? From elementary to collegiate and even further on. You're there to support the school. Now, when it's Battle of the Bands time, that's your go time.
Yeah.
When it's zero quarter, that's your go time. When it's fifth quarter, that's your go time. But from the time that buzzer goes off, that ball gets kicked in the air, from the time we do the
Defense.
school song, defense.
Or let's
That's what
go,
it needs to be.
team, let's go.
That's
Whatever
what
you
it
got
needs to be.
going on. First of all, I just want to take a second. Look, bro.
Book of Juculations.
We I know the Book of Juculations. I love it, Brittany. We don't want nobody to lose their job, even though the job numbers are dismal right now. Y'all need. I hope y'all registered to vote, y'all. Real talk. This is getting crazy. But yeah, I agree. Miss Monroe.
That's Trey. That says TC Monroe.
Oh, TC. Oh, okay. Oh, my bad.
Lord have mercy. And Lenny, you're right. TSU probably doesn't need to bring back the Seasick Waterbound playing Transformers. Yeah. The Tuba Fair Transformers. Yeah. They probably need to bring that back. I miss those things that made band different. They made every band have its own little niche, right? I miss that.
Or like how Southern would play Perm. I'm tired of Perm, even though I love Perm, but I'm tired of Perm, but I love it. But it's the fourth quarter, and bring the band down. You know, just have them playing real soft and low, and then as soon as that play is over, bam, crank that band back up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What's going on?
Yeah, no, but look,
Okay.
I mean, I feel like Southern needs to bring back Coca-Cola.
Oh,
That
man.
was a definitely a staple for Southern.
Oh my God.
Coca-Cola
Oh, my
was
God.
yeah. For Jackson State, it was the jam fanfare. Baba da ba, baba da ba, baba dee da 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 da. They would just play it in the middle of the game, like after every first down. I used to love that.
Yeah.
I remember that one time they were on, I think it was either NCAA or Madden, where they had all the bands, all the SWAC bands do specific little promos for that, and that was one of the songs. That's what made me notice Jackson State. It was that jam fanfare, right? It is what it is. I miss those times with band, and excuse us for being nostalgic and old.
Yeah.
But at the same time, those things work.
Yeah.
Those things continue to work now because still that's a family event. I want to take my son and my daughters and take them to football games. I want them to have memories. Oh, Dad, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to be in a band. I didn't know they do that such. But when it's a constant trade between battle and battle, what the guy tell Prince on Purple Rain? Nobody understands your music but you. Nobody. Nobody gets your music but you, kid.
Oh my God.
And that's what it seems like sometimes. Y'all just going for broke.
Bad, Trey. I didn't mean.
And nobody understands what y'all doing but you.
So it's been an hour. We've been
Has
talking
it?
for an hour.
You know
bro.
what, sports fans? We had a lot of clean sweeps today.
Yeah.
We had some very good things to say, and we had some very educational things to say. By no means we give this disclaimer every time we do Bandhead News. None of this is personal. This is all subjective, and it's all done by research, facts, statistics. We we analyze our videos correctly. We do not want anybody or anyone to lose their position or their way of life, making a living, doing any type of organization that we talk about. That support any type of organization, not at all. We only speaking about the things that we see that could be fixed and or raised to a higher level standard, and we do no disrespect whatsoever. So please remember that disclaimer. This is only the news. We only report the news here.
Only report the news. All righty. So thank you guys for tuning in. Look, we want to talk about some topics, but y'all can't bring the topic up the day of because we try to go and do a little research on stuff and try to have a little organization. We don't want the show to be in entire disarray. So if you got something that you want us to talk about, hit us up. Let us know what you want us to talk about. You can inbox me, Jerome Law, on Facebook. You can find Bandhead Network on Instagram. If I don't answer on Instagram,
Don't say it. Just if you don't answer on Instagram, hit me up on Facebook. You have my first and
I
my
will
last
answer
name.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
I hate Instagram. I ain't
Or you
gonna
can
lie
use
to
my
you.
Instagram, Bashay3000. I'm easy to find.
I'm gonna do better. Yeah, I hate Instagram. It's so different.
One of us will make a post earlier this week, probably tomorrow, asking what topic should we reach out on for the next Bandhead Network.
We'll do that. We'll make a post. Yeah, we'll make some posts. So look out for that. Follow Bandhead Network on Facebook. Follow Bandhead Network on Instagram. And if you're not following us here on YouTube, follow us here. Make sure you comment on the video. So that's all we have. Alex, you got something that you want to share with everybody?
Oh man, I'm loving every bit of the show we're doing. Guys, please give us likes, comments, and shares. Share this with your friends, all above. Like, do all that. Make sure we get as many views as possible. Our goal from here to the end of October is to reach 100 viewers each show, which is on each Monday of the week. So this is episode 2. Next Monday, we'll have episode 3, and we'll be right back here, same Bandhead time, same Bandhead place. So remember to like, comment, and share. We can't do this without your loving support. We need you to help support us because we support you at these games every single weekend.
Yeah. And the bands were announced. I don't have them in front of me, so I don't want to mess anything up. But if you go to the flyer, either by myself or IVG, by the way, IVG shot this Alcorn video. And so shout out to him for the crispy audio. If you go and you find the flyer, just press and hold your finger on the QR code and it'll bring you to the website that'll list the bands. We have 7 bands and we're waiting on 1 more to join in. And who will it be? I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. Who's going to fill up that last spot. So, I don't have any parting words. I've did enough talking. It's your boy J Law. Thank you for tuning in to Bandhead Network News. Tune in next week. Sensitive band directors and the enablers that they have around them. It's your boy J Law.
And it's your boy AA Bache.
I holla.